Hi guys, welcome back to Freedom Vlog. This is number 86. I'm on here with CJ, our investor relations, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And I'm Lauren. I'm part of the marketing team. I'm the marketing coordinator for Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies. How are you doing today, CJ?
Hey, life is good. I just got back from vacation from Hawaii, so it's pretty cold
Yeah.
to come back to the snow, but happy to
Yep.
be here this morning.
Yeah, the snow just kind of hit all of a sudden. It's still coming down here. So,
Is it? Yeah, it's coming down just a little bit. Yeah.
mhm. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started with the vlog. Starting out, there's a lot of general rules of thumb for when it comes to real estate investing. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there's a lot of advice, and there's a lot of different ways to make money with real
I
estate.
agree. Yeah. So, starting off with that, what would you say is your biggest piece of advice for someone who would like to start in real estate investing?
Yeah, so I think I talk to investors that are on the full gamut of how they want to be invested in real estate. So we deal with a lot of people who are trending more towards the passive side. So, with our turnkey product that may be buying, they're just putting the deposit and they want to collect the checks, but let someone else manage it. And then we have even further passiveness, right? Like our syndication investments or private lending that we do. To like, I want to live in flip or house hack, my primary residence. So there's so many different ways that you can invest on the front end. So I think determining where you kind of fall and how active you want to be is a key piece to kind of understanding where do I even start researching, and trying to understand how I want to pursue involvement with real estate.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I guess in someone who's starting out, which would you say is the easiest path with all the strategies we know about? Which would you say is like the easiest path to get into?
Yeah. So personally, I think if your city allows it, depending on where you're living, doing like a live-in flip or getting a low money down conventional mortgage, 3-5%, and just living in a property for a year and then moving out and turning it into a rental, I think is a great way to get started. And the reason I say that is I think the number one blocker for a lot of people is the capital, right? It can be very capital intensive for real estate investing. And instead of buying an investment property or even an investment turnkey, you can buy something which requires 25% down. You can get into a house for 3 or 5%. So I think that makes it a lot more attainable. But I do think if you're trying to get into investing out of state or even just rentals, turnkeys are a great way to start because you may be paying a little bit of a premium for that property, but you're going to get help and so much knowledge that comes with it, and you're going to learn from the property managers and just know all the steps that you need to take throughout the process, and then you can go replicate that on your own.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, these are the kind of questions I'm going to be asking about in our podcast coming up pretty soon. It's going to be stuff like where to begin for beginners or things to keep in mind, what to prepare for, what things that we need to prepare with, things to keep in mind when reviewing different turnkey deals. And another one is how to find a trustworthy turnkey provider. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know about you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I've always, as a beginner myself, or someone who is just now getting into the real estate industry, it's something fun to dive into, but there's a lot to learn. So
yeah, certainly.
Yeah. So check out our podcast, and I think we finished these with InvestSmart.
Live happy.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye, you guys.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific personal or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.